Today we'll learn LT RACH procedure. In the previous session we have already learned the initial access of UE, how does the UE behaves when it initially powered on. So now we'll check the RACH procedures. So in LT the RACH is little bit different, unlike other technology like 3G and 2G. Here we are having two kind of RACH. We do have RACH planning in LT also, that we'll see in differentiation. So we are having contention free and contention based RACH preambles. So if I'll go initially, when we do any kind of request to the network, when we have to communicate something, we need a service to access or to access to the network for any reasons, we send a RACH preamble with a RACH RNTI, Radio Network Temporary Identity. Then if we have everything okay, we get access uplink access grant and the TA values, and you get a RACH random access response, wherein we have three kind of data. We get the random access RNTI, the same we have sent in the uplink. We receive the CRNTI, which is required for further communication for this kind of service. Then we have this timing. After this, we use the CRNTI for further communication. After we get the uplink grant, then we access for kind of service we are requesting in the uplink shared channel. We have the CRNTI as I communicated. After this, after we get the access grant, we communicate through CRNTI. Before that, we used to use this RARNTI, Random Access Radio Network Temporary Identity. Then we get the CRNTI from the network and we communicate through CRNTI. And the TMSI. Then in uplink shared channel, we request the kind of service we want to get. We have scheduled transmission here. This is basically the RRC state begins here after we get the response. Then we get the RRC response from the network. This is also called contention resolution through downlink shared channel, and we get the signaling radio bearers, DRB, uplink specific configurations, all the uplink specific configuration we get, and that means we got a RRC response after our RRC request. Then we complete the process, RRC completion process. In uplink shared channel, we send the PLM ID and dedicated NAS information, non-access datum information. We have already discussed in the earlier chapter in the protocol layers also. So we directly send the NAS related information for ciphering and authentication requirement in the RRC complete message. So that's all about the contention free part. Then coming to contention based. In contention based, we are having some preambles that is specifically reserved for the contention based. So you can see the up one, I have differentiated contention free when we request the RACH. Contention based is when network has some specific preambles specified for contention based use. So in contention based, where we use this, when we are in RSA idle mode and we need to connect, there we can use this. Inter-system handover. Then when the UE is in a non-sync mode in the uplink and we need some uplink data to send, there also use the contention based. And when we are having RRC re-establishment, then we use contention based preambles. Contention free we use in intra handover, and also when the UE is in non-sync mode in downlink RRC and we need to receive some information. So this is all about the RACH procedure, contention based, contention free, and how they works, where we have this random access RNTI, where we use the CRNTI, and all the information in every request, every channel request. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see other details, you can check out my other videos, and if you have any comments, put in the comments below the video, and you can share the video if you want. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks.